This is an exciting time for our community right now, and I've got some prepared remarks that I want to share with you. I don't like to leave any rock unturned, so I wanted to make sure to get some remarks down so that I cover all my bases. I want to welcome each and every one of you here this afternoon, and I'm honored that you've joined me here for the kickoff of this re-election campaign. And I want to ask each and every one of you, and I need an enthusiastic response. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes! Fantastic. In 2009, good job, by the way. In 2009, you handed me the reins to the city. I told you then that it was time for a better idea. During the deepest doldrums of the recession, we've accomplished significant improvements with that better idea. Yes, we could have buried our heads, we could have shirked our responsibilities, we could have complained that it was others' fault. But we didn't. Instead, we pulled up our bootstraps and we went to work. And the result of that better idea, your city today is stronger, leaner, and a friendlier place to do business. During the worst economic recession in a generation, your city's credit rating has improved. Let me repeat that. Your city's credit rating has improved. You've heard of other cities around the rest of the United States that in these tough times actually had to file for bankruptcy. We didn't do that here at the City of Vancouver. We made tough decisions, I and the City Council working with the City Manager, to right the ship, tighten the financial position, and live within our means. Your city is a leaner organization. We moved into a new City Hall building where you can now find all the services you need. And in doing that, we have saved the taxpayers of our community $1 million a year in operational costs. And your city is friendlier to do business in. We have partnered with other local organizations and private entities to build a small business resource website where owners of small businesses and those interested in starting new small businesses in Vancouver can collect all kinds of information about how to do that, who the resources are, who the contacts are. It's an excellent tool for folks that want to start new businesses in Vancouver. We also are about to roll out a new city website that will make it much easier for you, the citizens of our community, to access information from your city. And we are building bridges in our community. We're building partnerships with other local businesses and regional agencies to entice jobs to Vancouver and Southwest Washington. We're building relationships in Vancouver, ladies and gentlemen. Sigma Design is a prime example of new small business here in Vancouver. And others like Torque Coffee. And Ryan is here. He's provided the coffee. Hope you have an opportunity to enjoy some of the great coffee that they produce down there at Torque. Torque Coffee, Lou Witt Brewing, Gravitate Design. And how about Peace Health? Peace Health chose Vancouver in comparison to 5 other cities around this region to locate 700 employees. Imagine what that's doing for our local economy right now. Yes, there is much promise for Vancouver, and these business owners and job creators see that. I say there is much promise for Vancouver, but we aren't finished. In fact, there is much more work to be done to ensure a prosperous future and a great quality of life for tomorrow, next year, and for the next generation. So I again ask you this. Are you ready to stand with me to see that this work continues? We have much to do, and the truth is it won't be easy. Ensuring that there are plenty of jobs, plenty of parks, that our roads and sidewalks and trails are paved, and new roads and sidewalks and trails are constructed, that we will enjoy a robust public transit system and living in a safe and secure city. Accomplishing these goals does require change. Change from business as usual and change from fear to optimism. In fact, if we want things to stay as they are, if we want things to stay as they are, if we want to continue to enjoy a great quality of life in Vancouver, some things simply will have to change. So I ask for your support. Being a leader means taking tough stands, means making difficult decisions, and it means fighting the fight that is right for now and for our future. I ask for your support and for you to join me in this fight for our community. And I ask you to join me here. To those who prefer to say, no, we can't, I will ask you to say, yes, we can, and yes, we will. To those who prefer to cut apart our community, I ask you to say, enough. We have had enough. And to those outsiders who want to control the future of Vancouver, I ask you to tell them to dictate somewhere else. This is our city. We are proud of our history, proud of our people, and inspired toward a prosperous future. I need each and every one of you to commit to me to a promising future. You know, laying the brickwork, getting into the nitty-gritty, as we're doing now, as I'm doing now with your city council and our city manager, it isn't entirely sexy. But the fact is, we are building a strong foundation, building that infrastructure necessary to ensure that our community and that our city thrives as the economy returns. You see, I really believe that we are Vancouver. The city is your Vancouver. And working side by side, ladies and gentlemen, we will build that strong foundation. Steady, thoughtful, and reasoned leadership. We have made it through the toughest of times, but our work continues. So I'll close with this. You should know that I intend to go toe-to-toe with anybody that challenges the values of our community and disparages the importance of reasoned decisions that we're making today to improve opportunities for our future. I will not be bullied, and we in Vancouver will not be bullied. Today we begin the trail, blazing a trail to a re-election in November and a trail to a promising future for Vancouver. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your inspiration. We all love Vancouver. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see I've got this nice button here. Yeah. If that wasn't clear enough, I don't know how much clearer I could get. I've got this button on that says, I love Vancouver. Vote for Mayor Tim Leavitt. I've got a whole bag full of them here. I want to hand them out. Please, Jan. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. You're going to hear more as the campaign rolls out. We're going to be starting in earnest in a couple of weeks. You're going to start seeing signage on our website go up, and of course opportunities to get involved, to volunteer, and to contribute financially. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but I tell you what, nobody is going to outwork me to be re-elected as your mayor of Vancouver. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm happy to take any questions. If anybody has any questions on your mind, other than who my ideal woman is.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. So some of our friends in the media have some questions, folks, and I'm happy to answer them in front of all of you. The mayors of the larger cities in Washington have been meeting recently to talk about a serious challenge that we're facing in this state, and that has to do with investment in infrastructure. And of course that conversation has been going on here for quite some time with our little project that crosses the river. But we have a real problem in our state and statewide, and that is funding of roadway construction, of bridge improvement and replacement projects. And so the mayors have been meeting and discussing how we can address that and how we can help our governor and our state legislature address this issue. I have signed a letter with a number of other mayors that asks the governor and the legislature to consider new revenue options. And I know that it's difficult to swallow additional taxes, additional fees, but the reality is we need to shift the conversation to what is the cost to our community, what is the cost to economic growth and jobs creation, what is the cost to the future quality of life for our state if we don't invest in the fundamental building blocks, the foundation that I spoke of earlier, and that is infrastructure. Businesses will tell you, Bill will tell you, he has product that needs to get to the port, he has product that needs to get to places south, north, east, west, and without robust infrastructure, without infrastructure that can handle the traffic flow, that is viable for moving freight and commerce, businesses like Bill's will not succeed. And so we have suggested to the governor and the legislature that they consider some new revenue options, which include an increase in the state gas tax and increases in miscellaneous fees, for example, for large trucks that travel on our freeways. Of course, it's a decision that's made at the state level with our governor and our legislature, but we as mayors that are here at the ground level, dealing with day-to-day decisions, working with businesses like Sigma Design and others, we know what the impact of dilapidated, crumbling infrastructure is on our businesses and the opportunity to grow jobs. And we cannot afford to allow that to continue. So to that end, I've signed a letter with a number of other mayors asking the governor and the legislature to consider some of those options.